pitch. Pitcher from the Pelmac U12 team, Declan Colasino. Great throw, Declan. And your starting pitcher for the Pilots from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, number 18, Anthony Laurinaitis.
And we are live here at Colburn Park as the Newark Pilots at 10-17 take on the Elmira Pioneers at 15-12. This one a crucial matchup in terms of the PGCBL Western Division standings. Elmira with a firm lead on the 3 seed right now. Top 4 teams make the playoffs. Newark looking to climb their way back into things in the PGCBL Western Division. They sit a game and a half out of the 4 spot with Jamestown. Geneva and Jamestown play each other tonight in Jamestown, so that one will be also another one to keep your eye on. Last time these two teams faced off was at Dunn Field. It was 2-1 in the 3rd inning when the game was suspended due to thunderstorms, and the field later was determined not to be playable due to the excessive rain at Dunn Field, so that game will be resumed in the 3rd inning, 2-1 Pioneers at a later date. Well, they meet this time, fresh game here, 9 innings here at Colburn Park, on a night where we have nearly 450 friends and families from Wayne County most maximizing out-of-school time here, sponsoring the game tonight at the ballpark. Getting into this one right away, it'll be Aiden Stern leading things off, the right fielder.
Leading off for the Pioneers, the right fielder number 44, Aiden Stern.
So Stern steps in to lead things off here. Batting .285 coming into this game. Pioneers defeated the 2nd place Auburn Double Days 2 days ago at Falcon Park, 14-8. The pitch to Stern from Laurinaitis misses outside. The count at 1-0. 1 ball, no strikes now. Beautiful night for baseball. It was a little rainy and cloudy the entire day, and just our luck, right before first pitch, the sun escapes from behind the clouds. 2nd pitch misses wide for a ball. 2 balls, no strikes. Little humid, but can't complain whenever the sun is shining here at Colburn Park. 2 balls, no strikes. Stern steps back in to face Anthony Laurinaitis. The pitch misses inside. 3 balls, no strikes now. The pitch. 3-0 in there at the knees. 3-1 now from Laurinaitis. The 3-1 pitch. This one swung on and fouled off the backstop. So 3-2 now. After being 3-0, Laurinaitis has fought back in the count and evened it, pushed it full. Laurinaitis with a 6.31 ERA coming in this game. The pitch misses outside. A leadoff walk for Stern. He heads to first, and that brings up the extra hitter, Andy Schroeder. So Schroeder steps in now after the leadoff walk to Stern. Runner on first base here in the top of the 1st. Schroeder steps in, batting .333 for the Pioneers. Schroeder went 1 for 4 with 2 runs scored against the Double Days 2 days ago in that 14-8 victory. First pitch fastball misses inside. 1-0 count. One ball, no strikes. The 1-0 pitch to Schroeder. Runner goes. The throw down from Brendan Stauble, not in time. It's a stolen base for Stern. That one missed for a ball as well. So now, no outs, a 2-0 count, and a runner in scoring position for the Pios. So Andy Schroeder steps back in to face Laurinaitis. First time here tonight, top of the first. Laurinaitis comes set. The 2-0 pitch. This one swung on and popped up into left field. Grant Russo comes in and is underneath it, and he'll make the grab. An F7 for Schroeder. One away now, as that'll bring up Cooper Smith, the first baseman for the Pioneers. So, Stern on second, one away. Cooper Smith steps in, batting .333 coming into this one. Smith was 1 for 5 against the Auburn Double Days 2 days ago. So he steps in to face Laurinaitis. The pitch. This one swung on and popped up and popped foul out of play. 0-1 your count. No balls, 1 strike to Cooper Smith. The 0-1 pitch. Changeup drops in there for a strike. Rather that a breaking ball. 0-2 to Smith. So Laurinaitis getting ahead in the count here. No balls, 2 strikes. The ready comes set. The 0-2 pitch. Stern on the move. That one misses outside. Back pick from Stauble and a throw down, not in time. Second stolen base of the day for Stern. So Stern on third now. Counts at 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. As Cooper Smith steps back in. Laurinaitis could use a punch out here in the worst way. The 1-2. Swung on and roped into left field. Grant Russo comes in. He's going to make the grab. Stern's going to tag and head towards the plate. The throw into the plate from Russo. Not in time. Stauble couldn't hold on to it. So score that one. A sacrifice fly to Russo and left with an RBI. And the Pios take a 1-0 lead here early on. That'll bring up Aiden Fry. Well hit ball from Cooper Smith out there. That one was in shallow left field. The throw in from Russo just went to the left side of the plate, just in front of the right-handed batter's box. The pitch misses low. Count is at 1-0. 1 ball, no strikes. So Elmira strikes first. They're 2 away now. Pair of stolen bases for Aiden Stern, moving himself into scoring position at third. Next pitch misses high to Fry. Counts at 2-0. 2 balls, no strikes. That one swung on and roped into shallow left field, and it tips off of Jack Stead's glove. That one was a hard hit ball, so it's a single for Fry, as that will now bring up Darren Callahan, the left fielder. So Callahan steps in from the left-handed batter's box. 2-out runner after the single. Back pick attempt, not in time. Sean McMillan holding Aiden Fry over there at first. So no balls, no strikes. Callahan steps back in, awaiting the first pitch here. Solid lead over there at first for Fry as he heads back in. Back-to-back pickoff attempts from Laurinaitis. The pitch misses. Counts at 1-0. 1 ball, no strikes. The 1-0 pitch from Laurinaitis. Misses inside now. 2-0 to Callahan. batting .360 coming into this game. Callahan 1 for 2 with a run scored against Auburn in their last game for the Pioneers. The pitch. This one roped gingerly over to McMillan. He'll toss it to second. Score that one a 3-6 put out. And we head to the bottom of the first inning. Paulie Goodness, Grant Russo, Sammy Bestry due up when we return. 1-0 Piles lead on NewarkPilots.tv.
Leading off for the Pilots, center fielder from Palmyra, New York, number 2, Paulie Goodness.
Back here on NewarkPilots.tv. First pitch in there for a strike to Paulie Goodness. That one swung on and missed. 2 pitches, 2 strikes to Goodness, the newly committed Lemoyne Dolphin Division I program in Syracuse. Congrats to Paulie. The count's at 0-2. The 0-2. Swung on and fouled off sharply. Still 0-2. So no balls, 2 strikes. Goodness will step back in. Grant Russo waits on deck. They face Aiden Cook coming in this one with a 1-1 ERA and 16 and a third inning of work. The pitch. Swung on a miss, strike 3, a leadoff strikeout for Goodness. He goes down on strikes. That brings up Grant Russo now for these Pilots.
On deck for the Pilots, the left fielder from Houston, Pennsylvania, number 8, Grant Russo.
So Russo steps in to face Cook after the leadoff strikeout swinging from Goodness. The pitch to Russo. Taken for a strike. The count is at 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. Russo batting .325 coming into this game for the Pilots. Been a solid bat for them all year from St. John's University. The pitch. This one roped foul. down the third base side. Quickly 0-2. 6 pitches from Aiden Cook, 6 strikes thus far. Russo steps back in. The pitch. This one dribbled sharply foul down the third base line. A lot of Russo's hits this season have been to the opposite field. He's done a great job pulling the baseball. He loves that third base line. Russo will quickly call time. Cook, a pitcher at Xavier University, Division I program as well. The 0-2. Swung on and dribbled right side. This one hit to the Pioneer second baseman, Aiden Fry, and thrown over to Cooper Smith at first. 2 away now, and that brings up Sammy Bestry for the Pilots. So Sammy Bestry steps in now for these Pilots with 2 away. Quickly here. So Bestry steps in after the 4-3 ground out from Russo. First pitch misses inside. And Aiden Cook has finally thrown a ball on his 9th pitch of the night. The 1-0 pitch. Misses outside. 2-0 now to Sammy Bestry, batting .265. Bestry here at home has been the Pilots' player of the game the last 2 home games with clutch hits late in those games, and he hits that one into right field. Camped underneath it is Aiden Stern. He makes the grab, and F9. The Pilots go down 1-2-3. Top of the second coming your way. Evan Blanchard, Patrick Ward, and Kelvin Warillo will lead things off for the Pioneers when we return here on NewarkPilots.tv. So back here on NewarkPilots.tv, Evan Blanchard, the third baseman, leads things off for the Pioneers here in the top of the second. He'll face Laurinaitis for the first time. The pitch taken in there for a first pitch strike. The count is at 0-1. Blanchard batting .309 coming into this game. Had a big game against the Auburn Double Days. 1 for 3 with 3 RBI and 3 runs scored. That one misses just low. 1-1 now. 1 ball, 1 strike to Evan Blanchard. The 1-1 pitch. This one fouled off. 1-2 now for Laurinaitis. This will be the 23rd pitch of the game for Laurinaitis. the pitch. This one laced into left field, shallow left field at that. Stead is going to back up and make the grab. A P6 in shallow left field, one away, and that brings up Patrick Ward now for the Pios. So Ward steps in after the P6 from Evan Blanchard. There's one away. First pitch from Laurinaitis. Bounced and stopped by Staubly. Counts at 1-0. 1 ball, no strikes. And one out here. Top of the second. Ward batting .307 coming into this game. 2 for 5 with 2 RBI and 3 runs scored against Auburn 2 nights ago. That one fouled off. 1 ball, 1 strike. As Laurinaitis getting settled in here. 1 ball, 1 strike. Laurinaitis comes set again. The 1-1 pitch. Taken for a strike, 1-2. They call him Philly. Laurinaitis, that is, from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Philly gets ahead to count 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The 1-2 pitch. Swung on and missed, fooled him with the change. 2 away now. Laurinaitis picks up his first strikeout of the night, and that brings up Calvin Warillo, the designated hitter. So Warillo steps in now for the Pioneers. The pitch. Misses for a ball, 1-0. 1 ball, no strikes to Calvin Warillo, batting .200 coming into this game for Elmira. The 1-0 pitch. That one in there for a strike. Laurinaitis evens it up at 1. 1 ball, 1 strike with 2 away. Laurinaitis comes set the pitch. This one laced up the middle. Jack Stead scoops it at short and flips over to McMillan at first. The 6-3 ground out, and 1-2-3 go the Pioneers. We head to the bottom of the second inning. Mason Haar followed by Mitch Jones, and in the hole, Brennan Staubly. When we return, 1-0 Pioneers lead here, NewarkPilots.tv. Back here on NewarkPilots.tv, as always, Kyle French bringing you the action here from the Colburn Park. First pitch to Mason Haar in the bottom of the second from Aiden Cook. Misses for a ball. Counts it 1-0 to Haar. 1-0. Taken for a strike. 1-1 now. Haar from Victor, New York, playing down at the University of Mount Olive, Division II powerhouse in South Carolina. So 1 ball, 1 strike. The 1-1 pitch from Cook. This one a little dribbler right back to Cook. He makes a great scoop and tosses it high over to first. Not in time. Cooper Smith pulled off the bag in E1. I'm not sure what happened there on the throw over from Cook. That'll bring up Mitch Jones now.
Now batting for the Pilots, the designated hitter from Greenville, North Carolina, number 30, Mitch Jones.
So Mitch Jones steps in now after the leadoff E1. First pitch swinging from Jones. He fouls that one back out of play. Haar over on first. Jones batting .200 coming into this game for the Pilots. Jones did not play at Niagara in the 6-1 loss back in their last official PGCBL game on the 7th. The pitch. And therefore a strike to Jones. Quickly falls behind 0-2. Jones playing Division I baseball at Virginia Tech in the ACC as a member of the Hokies baseball program. No balls, 2 strikes. Cook comes set to lefty. Haar with the lead over at first. The 0-2. Misses inside. 1 ball, 2 strikes now. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. Jones will step back in. The 1-2 pitch. Bounced in the dirt. Good stop from the catcher, Brandon Dobeck. 2-2 the count now. Haar the tying run over at first with no outs for the Pilots here. Brennan Staubly awaiting on deck. Cook comes set. The 2-2 pitch from the lefty in the stretch. This one popped up left side of the infield in foul territory and out of play. So we'll do the 2-2 again. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Mitch Jones steps back in. Aiden Cook ready on the mound. This will be the 20th pitch of the night from Cook. And pitch number 20. Misses just outside. Good frame from Dobeck, but just a little low and away. 3 balls, 2 strikes to Mitch Jones. So after cruising through the Pilots 1-2-3, Aiden Cook struggling a little bit here in the bottom of the second. The payoff pitch to Jones. Misses upstairs. A walk, back-to-back base runners for the Pilots, as that brings up Brennan Staubly, tonight's starting catcher.
Now batting for the Pilots, the catcher from Plainville, Connecticut, number 32, Brennan Staubly.
So Staubly steps in with runners on first and second. We'll see if he squares the bunt here and try and advance the runners. The pitch to Staubly. No bunt square. That one inside. 1-0. 1 ball, no strikes to Staubly. One ball, no strikes, the 1-0. Big cut from Staubly, comes up empty. 1 ball, 1 strike now. 26 Ks on the summer now for Aiden Cook coming into 25 coming this game. He already has 1 tonight, so he's up to 26 on the summer. The pitch. This one popped up on the right side out of play. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Only 2 runs of the summer for Cook came 5 days ago in the 8-6 loss against the Jamestown Tarp Skunks. in 16 1/3 inning of work. Coming in, the pitch. This one popped up. First base side again, out of play. So first and second still. Har on second, Jones on first for the Pilots. Brennan Staubly will check back in. Big spot for him here. And big spot for the Pilots. Staubly back in. The 1-2 pitch from Cook. Misses outside. 2-2 now. Pilots making Cook work here this inning. Up to 26 pitches now. After throwing only 12 in the first inning. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The 2-2 pitch from Cook. This one fouled off yet again from Staubly. Third foul ball of the at-bat. This will be the 7th pitch to Staubly. Two balls, 2 strikes. Staubly back in. Cook, the lefty, comes set. He'll look at Har. The pitch. This one popped up into right field. Trailing back is the center and right fielders. No one calls it. That's going to get down for a hit. It's a base hit for Brennan Staubly. It split the outfielders. Bases are loaded now for Keegan McGraw. So well-placed ball from Staubly, dropped between both the right and center fielders out there in right center field. Staubly now loaded the bases for the Pilots with no outs here. Keegan McGraw steps in with a .258 batting average. The pitch. First pitch swinging from McGraw. He comes up empty. No balls, 1 strike. No outs, bases loaded here for Keegan McGraw. The 0-1 pitch. This one chopped foul. 0-2 now. Ray Toth on deck for the Pilots. McGraw with 8 RBI in the summer can certainly add to his total. And with a well-placed ball here, might even be able to get into double digits in the RBI category. No balls, 2 strikes. Har on third, Jones on second, Staubly on first. The 0-2 pitch. Swung on and missed by McGraw. A 3-pitch strikeout for Cook. McGraw goes down, and that brings up Ray Toth now with the bases loaded and 1 away. So Ray Toth steps in with the bases loaded now. He'll look to either tie or give the Pilots the lead here, the 1-0. Misses low and in. 1 ball, no strikes to Toth with a .288 batting average coming into this game. Toth went 0 for 2 with a pair of walks against the Niagara Falls Americans back on July 7th at Niagara, Sal Magley Stadium. The 1-0 misses upstairs. 2-0. 2 balls, no strikes. Two balls, no strikes. Toth back in, bases loaded in a 2-0 count. The 2-0 pitch from Cook. This one taken at the knees. 2-1 now. 2 balls, 1 strike. Big point early on in this game for the Pilots with the bases loaded. Don't want to come up empty when you had the bases loaded with no outs. Sean McMillan on deck for the Pilots. The 2-1 pitch. Fouled off the catcher's chest plate. He's going to go down. Not sure if that one just knocked the wind out of him or what. But Doback appears to be okay. He'll just walk it off for a second. 2 balls, 2 strikes. So Doback just catching his breath. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Toth steps back in. Cook ready, Dobeck ready, and Toth ready. The 2-2 pitch. Misses low and in. That's going to get to the backstop. Toth's going to move out of the box. Coming in and scoring is Mason Haar on the wild pitch. Both runners advance. 1-1 your score now. And the count is full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. So a wild pitch there. Counts full to Toth. The payoff pitch from Cook. Swung on and missed at the high fastball. Strike 3. 2 away now. Sean McMillan comes up to the dish for the Pilots.
Managing Pilots, the first baseman from Freeport, New York, number 27, Sean McMillan.
So Sean McMillan will step in to face Cook. 2 away, runners on second and third. Jack Stead on deck for the Pilots now. The pitch to McMillan. Misses low and in. 1 ball, no strikes. McMillan batting .244 on the summer for the Newark Pilots. Ten total RBI for him on the summer. 4 extra base hits, 2 doubles, 2 triples. Could use one of those right now. The 1-0 pitch misses high. 2 balls, no strikes. And a 1-1 ball game. McMillan steps back in. 2-0 count. And the 2-0. Big cut from McMillan. Another high fastball from Aiden Cook, getting McMillan to swing over the top of it. That the 40th pitch of the night for Cook, so Pilots making Cook work here early. The 2-1 pitch to McMillan. This one popped up and popped foul, evened up at 2 now. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Staubly at second, Mitch Jones on third. In a 1-1 ball game in the bottom of the second. So 2 balls, 2 strikes. Mitch Jones playing mind games at third. No one holding him. He runs halfway down the baseline and then just runs back. Cook stepped off. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The 2-2. Misses up and away. 3-2 now to Sean McMillan. A walk here would load the bases for McMillan. The 3-2. Misses inside. McMillan works a walk, and that brings up Jack Stead now, the 10th batter in the Pilots lineup.
The Pilots, the shortstop from Northbrook, Pennsylvania, number 9, Jack Stead.
So Stead steps in with the bases loaded here. The NJIT Highlander steps in with the bases loaded. And looking to do some damage here for the Pilots. That pitch in there for a strike. Counts at 0-1 to Stead. Next pitch misses low. 1 ball, 1 strike. Stead batting .235 for the Pilots. He'll step in to face Cook for the first time. Paulie Goodness on the top of the order on deck. The 1-1. Big cut from Stead. He comes up empty. 1-2 now. Stead with 8 RBI in the summer as well for the Pilots. Looking to add more. Cook coming set. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The 1-2. Fouled off. Still 1-2. Cook already up to 47 pitches on the night. Pilots making him work here early. The 1-2 pitch from Cook. Swung on and lasered into center field, but right at the center fielder underneath it is Max Lalime. He makes the grab. The Pilots strand the bases loaded, but pick up one run on a wild pitch. Mason Haar coming in to score. 1-1 your score, top of the third coming your way here from NewarkPilots.tv.
Leading off for the Pioneers in the top of the third inning, catcher number 38, Brandon Doback.
So back here, NewarkPilots.tv, Brandon Doback steps in to lead things off here for the Pioneers. In the top of the third inning, 1-1 score. Pilots strand the bases loaded there in the bottom of the second. Pitch. This one popped into center field, coming in as goodness and making the grab on one pitch. An F8, as that brings up Max Lalime now for the Pioneers, the center fielder.
Batting next, the center fielder number 53, Max Lalime.
So Lalime steps in, the 10th and final batter in the lineup for the Pioneers. 200 batting average. He'll face Laurinaitis for the first time here tonight. The pitch just misses a little low. 1 ball and no strikes. Sun setting in left field. Probably got a solid 30 to 40 minutes left of sun there in left field. Laurinaitis comes set. The 1-0. Misses up and away. 2-0. 2 balls, no strikes. Aiden Stern, the leadoff hitter, waits on deck at the top of the order for the Pioneers. So, 2 balls, no strikes. The 2-0 pitch to Lalime. This one chopped right side. It'll be right to McMillan at first. He'll touch the bag himself. 3 unassisted, a 3-pitch ground out for Lalime. There's 2 away, and that'll bring up Aiden Stern now for the Pioneers. So Stern steps in now. Walked and scored back in the first inning, that first run for the Pioneers. Picked up 2 stolen bases after being walked as well. So certainly a threat on the base pass. 2 away here. The pitch from Laurinaitis. Stern squares the bunt. That one misses away. 1 ball, no strikes. And with 2 away, that's the 5th pitch of the inning for Laurinaitis. Polar opposite of that last half inning from Aiden Cook. The 1-0 pitch. Misses low. 2 balls, no strikes to Stern. Andy Schroeder waiting on deck for the Pioneers. 2 balls, no strikes, a 2-0 pitch. This one chopped foul. 2 balls, 1 strike now to Stern. Stern steps back in. Laurinaitis comes set, the 2-1. This one, a chopper, right to Stead at short. He'll run in on it and make a great throw to first. In time, 6-3 ground out, 1-2-3, go the Pioneers. On 7 total pitches, it'll be Paulie Goodness leading things off for the Pilots when we return after this. So Paulie Goodness steps in now. First pitch swinging from Cook. That one fouled off. 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. Paulie Goodness steps in. He struck out swinging to lead things off for the Pilots back in the first inning. The 0-1 pitch from Cook. This one, a chopper back up the middle. That's going to get through. Goodness singles for the Pilots' second hit of the ball game. That'll bring up Grant Russo now for these Pilots with a leadoff base runner. So Russo steps in for the Pilots. Russo grounded out 4-3 in his first at-bat back in the first inning. Leadoff base runner. Goodness singled that one right back up the middle. Russo squares the bunt, pulls back. 1 ball, no strikes. Russo with sneaky speed as well. He's shown time and time again he's a threat on the base pass. Looking to sneak a drag bunt down there. 1 ball, no strikes. Goodness with a lead at first. Also a speed threat on the base pass. The pitch. Russo squares to bunt. The one pulled back. The throw down. It gets away. A stolen base for Paulie Goodness on the throw down. So a stolen base. Goodness in scoring position. 2-0 count. We'll see if Russo's still squaring to bunt or if he will elect to swing the bat here. Pilots playing small ball here early on. Sammy Bestry awaiting on deck for the Pilots. 2 balls, no strikes. The 2-0 pitch from Cook. Big cut from Russo. Counts at 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike. Russo stepping back in. Lefty on lefty matchup here. The 2-1 pitch to Russo. This one chopped third base side, making a backhanded grab as the third baseman and thrown over to first. Not in time. It's a base hit for Russo. He's going to advance to second. Paulie Goodness is going to come in and score. So Russo, an infield single, and he advances to third on an E5. Grant Russo getting safe at first there. That'll bring up Sammy Bestry now. 2-1 ball game. So Bestry steps in now. Russo over at third, advancing on the E5. Single with an E5 would have beat out the throw. That one hit into right field. That's going to get down, and it's an RBI single for Sammy Bestry. Staying hot. 3-1 Pilots. Mason Haar comes to the dish now. So Mason Haar steps in. Pilots swinging a good bat here. 1 run in the second inning, 2 already home here with no outs in the third. 3-1 Pilots. First pitch to Haar. Misses upstairs. 1 ball, no strikes. The 1-0 pitch to Haar. He came around, 1 ball, 1 strike. Pilots with 4 total hits thus far off of Cook. The 1-1. Swung on and missed. 1-2 now with no outs to Mason Haar. The 1-2 pitch from Cook. Misses inside. 2-2 now. Well, so far for Cook, this has to be his worst outing of the season thus far. 3 runs already given up. Compared to the 2 he had only given up 2 coming into this game in his last start against the Tarp Skunks. Back pick attempt, diving back in safely is Bestry at first. Sammy Bestry adding another RBI there. He has been red hot for these Pilots. That RBI for him, his 12th of the summer. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The 2-2 pitch from Cook to Haar. This one swung on a miss, strike 3. Aiden Cook picks up his 4th strikeout of the night. 1 away, that'll bring up Mitch Jones now for the Pilots. So Mitch Jones steps in for the Pilots here. Brennan Staubly on deck. So Jones steps in, walked in his first plate appearance. That pitch misses for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. Jones batting .200 coming into this game for the Pilots. Bestry on first. 1 away. 3-1 Pilots lead. Mitch Jones calls time and will step out of the batter's box. Still 1-0. One ball, no strikes. The 1-0. Misses low. 2 balls, no strikes. So 2 balls, no strikes. The 2-0 pitch. This one popped up. Right side foul territory. First baseman trailing over near the fence. He's going to jump up and it's going to hit off his glove. A foul ball. 2 balls, 1 strike. Tough play there from Cooper Smith over at first. right up against the fence, and it looked like it kind of was over the fence and then came back into play. Hit it off the nose of his glove. So 2 balls, 1 strike to Mitch Jones now. Jones steps back in. Some action. Looks like someone's up and stretching in the pen. That one roped into left center field. A diving grab from the line. What a great grab to rob Mitch Jones of extra bases. That likely would have scored Bestry from first had it got through. 2 away now. And that a great grab from the line in center.
Now batting for the Pilots, the catcher from Plainville, Connecticut, number 32, Brennan Stobley.
So Brennan Stobley steps in. He's 1 for 1 thus far. He had a single in his first at-bat back in the second inning. So Stobley steps in. Keegan McGraw on deck. Bestry on first with 2 away. The pitch misses high. 1 ball, no strikes. One ball, no strikes. The 1-0 pitch from Cook. This one blasted into center field. The line back on his horse. He's back near the warning track, and he makes the catch. Stobley got a hold of that one, but the wind blowing in, too much for him. It'll be Andy Schroeder leading things off when we return.
Leading off the Pioneers in the top of the 4th inning, the extra hitter, number 34, Andy Schroeder.
So we're back here, top of the 4th inning. Andy Schroeder set to lead things off for the Pios. 3-1 Pilots lead. Scored 1 run in the second inning and 2 in the third. Schroeder steps in to face Laurinaitis for the second time. He flew out to Russo and left his first at-bat. The first pitch to Schroeder from Laurinaitis misses low and away. 1 ball, no strikes. Laurinaitis comes set yet again. The 1-0 pitch misses upstairs. 2 balls, no strikes. Schroeder steps back in. 2 balls, no strikes here. Laurinaitis coming set. The 2-0. This one roped into right field. Trailing back on his horse is Keegan McGraw. That one back near the wall. It's going to one-hop the wall. McGraw fields it on 1 bounce. He'll throw it into the cut. Bestry throws it in. A leadoff double for Schroeder. And that'll bring up Cooper Smith now. Schroeder got a good piece on that baseball and hit it well into right field. That'll bring up Cooper Smith with a runner in scoring position. Smith responsible for the first run and only run the Pioneers have scored thus far. Had that sacrifice fly to left field. Grant Russo caught it, but deep enough to score Aiden Stern back in the first inning. So Smith steps in again, another RBI opportunity. First pitch taken on the outer half. No balls, one strike. Laurinaitis comes set. The 0-1. This one a chopper left side. Ray Toth is going to field it. Runner will advance. To throw over to first. In time on the tag. A 5-3 ground out. And advancing 90 feet is Schroeder to third. There's one away. Good play. And a great glove from Sean McMillan to slap the tag down. That brings up Aiden Fry now. So Aiden Fry steps in with one away, a runner at third, and Andy Schroeder. Potential tying run at the plate, and Fry. Singled back in the first in his first AB of the pitch. This is in. One ball, no strikes. Fry batting .377 for the Pioneers on the summer. The 1-0 pitch misses upstairs as well. 2 balls, no strikes. Darren Callahan awaits on deck for Elmira. That one chopped foul. 2 balls, 1 strike now. Fry steps back in. That one misses for a ball. 3 balls, 1 strike to Fry now. The pitch. This one hit into left center field. Trailing over is Paulie Goodness, and Grant Russo drops between both of them. It's an RBI single for Fry, his second single of the ball game. 2-3 your score now. That one hit right in between the outfielders, and that brings up Darren Callahan. So 2-3 score. Callahan steps in. Always a good game when these two teams match up, typically very close. That one fouled off into the Pios bullpen. No balls, 1 strike with 1 out. Fry on first. Callahan grounded out 3-6 to end the first inning for the Pioneers. No balls, 1 strike to count to him. Laurinaitis, this will be the 50th pitch of the night for him, with 1 away in the bottom of the 4th. Pitch number 50 in there for a strike. No balls, 2 strikes now. .27 strikes to 23 balls for Anthony Laurinaitis. He'll step back on the mound and come set. The 0-2 pitch. Misses just outside. 1-2 now. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Darren Callahan. One ball, 2 strikes. Laurinaitis coming set. Pickoff attempt as Fry trots back into first safely. 1 ball, 2 strikes still. The pitch, runner goes. Off-speed pitch, throw down from Staubli, not in time. The pitch missed for a ball as well. 2-2, stolen base for Fry. Runner in scoring position, the tying run, and Fry at second now. Callahan steps back in. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The 2-2 pitch from Anthony Laurinaitis. Fouled off. Still 2-2. So Callahan fighting to stay alive here. Laurinaitis back on the bump. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Fry at second. He's held by Bestry. The 2-2. Misses outside. Now full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Three balls, 2 strikes, the 3-2. This one roped into center field. Paulie Goodness comes in, and so does Russo. Russo in near the infield and makes the grab. An F7. Russo makes the grab. 2 away for Evan Blanchard now.
Now batting the third baseman, number 1, Evan Blanchard.
So Evan Blanchard steps in, 0 for 1 thus far on the evening. Popped up to stead it short. Back in the second. Batting .309 coming into this game. The pitch from Laurinaitis. Misses just low. 1 ball, no strikes. So 1 ball, no strikes. Blanchard will step back in. The 1-0. Misses inside. 2 balls, no strikes. Laurinaitis back on the mound. 2 balls, no strikes. 2 away. The 2-0 pitch. This one chopped down the third baseline foul. Ray Toth fields it in foul territory, but it won't matter. 2 balls, 1 strike. So 2 balls, 1 strike to Evan Blanchard. He steps back in. Laurinaitis looking to get out of the inning with a lead. Checks on Fry at second, the 2-1. Swung on and roped. Foul into the parking lot here at Colburn. Things are evened up at 2 now. 2 balls, 2 strikes. This will be pitch number 60 of the night for Laurinaitis. Philly comes set. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The 2-2 pitch. Breaking ball just misses inside. Full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. So 3 balls, 2 strikes to Blanchard. Laurinaitis comes set again. The pitch. Comes up, fastball inside. 2-out walk for Blanchard. He heads to first. Runners on first and second for Patrick Ward, the shortstop. So Patrick Ward steps in now. Runners on first and second. Sun setting behind the clouds here at Colburn. Might need the lights soon here at Colburn. Laurinaitis will step off. Ward 0 for 1 with a strikeout. pitch from Laurinaitis. Swung on and popped up. This one popped up into shallow right field. Coming in is Keegan McGraw. And making the grab is Sammy Bestry. An F4 there. Ward goes down. They strand one. Oh, the Pioneers strand two. 3-2 your score. When we return, Pilots up to bat. It'll be Keegan McGraw leading things off in the bottom of the fourth for the Pilots.
Leading off for the Pilots in the bottom of the fourth inning, the right fielder, number 11, Keegan McGraw.
Back here on NewarkPilots.tv, bottom of the fourth, 3-2 Pilots lead. Keegan McGraw leads things off for the Pilots. He'll face Aiden Cook for the second time here. McGraw 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Back in the second inning against Cook. First pitch to him, bounced in the dirt. 1 ball, no strikes to Keegan McGraw, batting .258 out of Arlington, Virginia, playing at Division II Lock Haven University. 1 ball, no strikes. The 1-0 pitch from Cook. This one popped up a mile high in the infield. Coming over as the first baseman, Cooper Smith, and makes a great grab. A P3. Ray Toth coming to the dish now as McGraw is retired for the second time tonight.
Now batting for the Pilots, the third baseman from Granby, Massachusetts, number 3, Ray Toth.
So Ray Toth steps in with 1 away after the P3 from McGraw. As he scores the bunt, it's popped foul. That one hung up a little bit longer than I think any Pilots fan would have liked, but still kicks foul. No balls, 1 strike to Ray Toth. Batting 288, he struck out swinging in his first at-bat in the second. No balls, 1 strike. Cook comes set on the mound. This will be his 70th pitch of the night, and it's taken for a strike, 0-2 now. No balls, 2 strikes. The 0-2 pitch. Bounced in the dirt, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Pioneers 2 runs on 3 hits, 2 errors. Pilots 3 runs on 4 hits, no errors. Toth steps back in. The 1-2. Fastball in there, strike 3. Backwards K for Toth. Second strikeout of the night for him. That brings up Sean McMillan now for these Pilots.
Now batting for the Pilots, the first baseman from Freeport, New York, number 27, Sean McMillan.
So Sean McMillan steps in now for the Pilots with 2 away. First pitch to him misses for a ball. Counts at 1-0. McMillan walked and was left on base in the second inning. So 1 ball, no strikes. Jack Stead on deck, the 1-0. This one laced back up the middle. That's going to get through. So Sean McMillan reaches base for the second time here tonight, and that brings up Jack Stead now for these Pilots.
Now batting for the Pilots, the shortstop from Newark, Pennsylvania, number 9, Jack Stead.
So Jack Stead steps in now for the Pilots. First pitch swing, and that one's popped up into left field. Coming in as the left fielder. And making the grab out there is Darren Callahan. The Pilots strand 1, top of the 5th coming your way. Warillo, Dobeck, and Lalime due up for the Pioneers. When we return, NewarkPilots.tv.
Leading off for the Pioneers in the top of the 5th inning, the designated hitter, number 27, Calvin Warillo.
Back here at NewarkPilots.tv, Kelvin Warillo leads things off for the Pioneers. Grounded out 6-3 to end the second inning. So he steps in. First pitch from Laurinaitis, spiked in the dirt. 1 ball, no strikes. So far for Anthony Laurinaitis, a pretty solid outing. 4 innings of work, 3 hits, 2 runs, 2 walks, and a strikeout. That was his 63rd pitch of the evening. Pitch number 64 comes in and hits Warillo. A leadoff hit by pitch for the Pioneers. Warillo trots to first, and that brings up Brandon Dobeck for the Pioneers.
Now batting for Elmira, the catcher, number 38, Brandon Dobeck.
So Dobeck will step in for Elmira. 0 for 1, batting 133. He flew out to goodness in center field in the 3rd inning. Second AB for him here. Pitch from Laurinaitis. Misses outside. 1 ball, no strikes. It's going to be a wild pitch. Advancing to second is Kelvin Warillo on the wild pitch. 1 ball, no strikes. So with no outs, the tying run on second. Stalby's going to come out and chat with Laurinaitis. Looks like Gavin Stevens might be heading down to the pen to warm up for Newark. So 1 ball, no strikes. This is a must-win game for the Pilots.
Thank you.
One ball, no strikes. Dobeck back in the pitch. They're going to say that Dobeck checked his swing, didn't go around. very close from up here. 2 balls, no strikes. The 2-0 pitch from Laurinaitis. In there for a strike. 2-1 now. 2 balls, 1 strike. Hesterman trotting down to the bullpen as well. Pilots getting a couple arms ready. 2-1. Swung on and roped into right field. Keegan McGraw underneath it. He'll make the grab. That one not deep enough for Warillo to advance. 1 away as Max Lime comes up to the dish now. So Lime steps in with 1 out. Second time facing Laurinaitis here. Grounded out 3 unassisted his first time around in the 3rd. So 1 away. Lime steps in. The pitch from Laurinaitis. First pitch swinging. This one chopped to Vestry. He'll flip it over to McMillan. A 4-3 ground out. Advancing 90 feet is Warillo. 2 away for Aiden Stern at the top of the order here for the Pios. So 2 away. Stern steps in with 2 outs. Laurinaitis just looking to get out of the inning with a lead for the Pilots. The pitch from Philly. Fastball misses low. Great stop from Brendan Staubley. 1-0 count. So 1 ball, no strikes. Stern steps in. Laurinaitis comes set. The 1-0 pitch. Swung over the top of. Great breaking ball there from Laurinaitis. 1-1. One ball, 1 strike. The 1-1 pitch from Laurinaitis. This one fouled off sharply. Over into the Pioneers bullpen, 1-2. Laurinaitis a strike away from getting out of a little jam here. One ball, 2 strikes. Laurinaitis set. The 1-2 pitch to Stern. In there on the edge, backwards K for Aiden Stern. The Pioneers strand 1. Still a 3-2 Pilots lead when we return. Bottom of the 5th coming your way. NewarkPilots.tv. Back here, NewarkPilots.tv. First pitch to Goodness taken for a strike. That the 76th pitch of the night for Aiden Cook. No balls, one strike in a 3-2 ball game. The pitch misses. 1 ball, 1 strike. Goodness singled and scored in his last AB. Batting .363. He's been a great bat for the Pilots. Missed a couple weeks due to an ankle injury. The 1-1 pitch fouled off of the catcher's glove, Brandon Dobeck. 1 ball, 2 strikes now. That one popped up. One ball, 2 strikes. The 1-2 pitch to Goodness. Misses upstairs. 2 balls, 2 strikes now. Goodness steps back in a 2-2 count. The 2-2 pitch. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Second time Goodness has gone down on strikes tonight. And that's the 6th strikeout for Cook. That brings up Grant Russo now for the Pilots.
Now batting for the Pilots, the left fielder, number 8, Grant Russo.
So Grant Russo steps in for the Pilots. 1 for 2, singled and scored in his last AB. That one in there for a strike. No balls, 1 strike. Russo steps back in. The 0-1 pitch misses low. 1 ball, 1 strike. Still no one warming in the Pioneers bullpen with Cook's pitch count at 82. 1 ball, 1 strike. The 1-1 pitch to Russo. Fastball misses upstairs. 2-1 now. 2 balls, 1 strike. Russo back in. The 2-1 pitch. This one chopped off Russo's foot in the box. Foul. 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. To Russo, just taking a break here after that one's fouled off his right foot. Walked off gingerly. 2 balls, 2 strikes. That one misses for a ball. Counts full to Russo. Bestry on deck. Russo back in, 3 balls, 2 strikes. The 3-2 pitch from Cook. Swung on and missed by Russo. Back-to-back punch-outs. That the 7th strikeout of the night. That brings up Sammy Bestry with 2 away now for the Pilots.
Now batting for the Pilots, the second baseman from Chicago, Illinois, number 16, Sammy Bestry.
So Bestry steps in with 2 away. Had that RBI single in his last at-bat in the 3rd. 1 for 2 on the night. First pitch from Cook in there for a strike. No balls, 1 strike. Some action down there now in the Pioneers' pen as that one's laced up the middle. Sammy Bestry delivers with another hit. His second base hit. That brings up Mason Haar now for the Pilots. So Mason Haar steps in, a 2-out single from Bestry. He records his 2nd hit of the night. Bestry is red hot lately for the Pilots. The pitch. This one roped into right field and foul. Bestry was on his horse. No balls, 1 strike. Bestry will head back to first. Har batting .300 coming into the game. 0 for 2, struck out swinging his last at-bat, reached on an E1 and scored the Pilots' first run of the ball game in the 2nd inning. Har back in. Cook comes set. His 90th pitch of the night is popped up into right field foul yet again, 0 and 2. No balls, 2 strikes. Har back in. Bestry on first. The 0-2 pitch. In there, strike 3. Backwards K for Har. 3rd out of the inning. Schroeder leads things off, and we return. Top of the 6th, 3-2, Pilots lead.
Pitching for the Pilots from Seneca Falls, New York, number 17, Jared King.
Back here on NewarkPilots.tv, Andy Schroeder will lead things off for the Pioneers here in the top of the 6th. New pitcher for the Pilots, Jared King, the Cayuga Community College Spartan, on to pitch for the Pilots. First pitch fouled off. count is at 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. King from Seneca Falls, New York. Has a 3.85 ERA, 0-1 record on the summer, 11 2/3 inning of work thus far. Beautiful slider in there for a strike. 0-2 now to Schroeder. Schroeder's 1 for 2 on the night. Had that big double and came around to score back in the 4th, the second run of the ball game for the Pioneers. King comes set, no balls, 2 strikes. The 0-2 pitch from the lefty. Slider misses high, 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. King got the loss in his last outing on July 1st. Went 2 1/3 against the Geneva Red Wings, gave up 3 runs, all of them earned on a hit and 4 walks. The pitch. This one a chopper, first base side. McMillan makes a great backhanded grab, will touch first himself. 3 unassisted goes Andy Schroeder, and King retires the first batter he faces on 4 pitches. That brings up Cooper Smith now. So Cooper Smith steps in for the Pioneers. 0 for 1, grounded out 5-3 in his last at-bat in the 4th. His first plate appearance of the night, hit into a sacrifice fly to left with an RBI. That one off King on the mound. It's going to be an infield single for Cooper Smith. King will walk up gingerly. An infield single for Smith, and we just hope King's okay. He took that liner right off his lower back. And we're going to take a quick break. Athletic trainer out to check on King. We'll be right back, NewarkPilots.tv. So back here, NewarkPilots.tv. Jared King all right after wearing a line drive pitch right off his lower back off the bat of Cooper Smith. Smith over on first now for the Pioneers with 1 away. In stepping Aiden Fry with 1 out. First pitch of the at-bat to him. Swung on this one, laced into right center field. That one's going to get down. Keegan McGraw will field it. And a throw in. Not in time. Advancing to third on that one is Cooper Smith. 3rd hit of the ball game for Fry. Now there's runners on the corners with 1 away for Darren Callahan. So runners on the corners, 1 away. Callahan steps in now. 3-2 ball game. Double play ball on here for the Pilots. The pitch. This one popped up. Foul out of play. Down the third base line. One kicks over into the Pioneers bullpen area. No balls, 1 strike. Lefty on lefty matchup here. King comes set. The 0-1. Just misses. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. Callahan back in. Callahan 0 for 2. Flew out to Russo and left in his last at-bat. This one chopped foul. 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Jared King showing some resilience after getting hit by that line drive single just a few pitches ago. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The 1-2. Swung on and roped foul. First base side. So we'll do the 1-2 again. One ball, 2 strikes. The 1-2. This one roped into center. This one in shallow center. It's going to drop in front of goodness. Coming in from third and scoring is Cooper Smith. An RBI single for Darren Callahan. We're knotted at 3 now. Runners on first and second. That brings up Evan Blanchard. So Blanchard steps in, first and second for the Pioneers. Go ahead run at second. And Aiden Fry. 1 away, double play ball still on for the Pilots. The pitch from King. In there for a strike, 0-1. Great get back pitch there for King. The 0-1 pitch. This one a chopper up the middle. Stead fields it, throws to Bestry. Bestry over to McMillan at first, in time. 6-4-3 double play for the Pilots. Jared King gets out of the jam as we head to the bottom of the 6th. 3-3 your score here from Colburn Park on NewarkPilots.tv. back here on NewarkPilots.tv. A little half swing from Mitch Jones is hit down the third base side. 5-3 ground out on one pitch for Mitch Jones. Didn't think Jones thought he hit it, but he did. It went right to the third baseman. 5-3 ground out. That brings up Brendan Staubly now.
Now batting for the Pilots, the catcher number 32, Brennan Staubly.
So Brendan Staubly steps in with one away here to face Zach Nelson for the first time. One away, Staubly steps in. Pitch bounced in the dirt. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1 ball, no strikes. Got the yips here this inning. So 1 ball, no strikes. Staubly steps in. 1 for 2, singled back in the second inning. The pitch. Misses high. 2 balls, no strikes now from Nelson. Zach Nelson goes to SUNY Corning from Corning, New York. 3-0 record on the summer with a 4.3 ERA and 23 innings of work. Staubly fouls that one off his foot. He'll run out of the batter's box. 2-1 now to Staubly. 10 strikeouts for Nelson as well on 10 walks. Giving up 26 total hits. Given the ERA, you have to imagine most of those are bloop singles. So Nelson steps back in. Last appearance against the Tarp Skunks, 6 2/3 inning. He's gave up 3 runs, 3 of them earned, 7 hits. That one in there for a strike. 2-2 now to Staubly. Keegan McGraw on deck. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 3-3 your score. Pitch to Staubly. Bounce in the dirt. Full 3-2. Nelson back on the mound. McGraw followed by Ray Toth due up for the Pilots. The payoff pitch from Nelson. Misses low. A 1-out walk for Staubly. He heads to first as the potential go-ahead run. Keegan McGraw now coming up for the Pilots.
Now batting for the Pilots, the right fielder from Arlington, Virginia, number 11, Keegan McGraw.
So McGraw steps in for the Pilots here. With Staubly over on first. Staubly reaching base safely for the second time here tonight. McGraw 0 for 2. Strikeout and a pop-up thus far. First pitch from Nelson inside. 1 ball, no strikes. Basically dead even across the scoreboard besides the errors part. Both teams 3 runs on 6 hits. Pioneers with 2 errors. Pilots with 0. The 1-0. Staubly on the move. It's going to be a stolen base for him. So now Staubly in scoring position for the Pilots as McGraw steps back in. So a chance to get his 9th RBI of the summer for McGraw. He has 8. Staubly in scoring position. The 2-0 pitch from Nelson. Misses low. 3 balls, no strikes. Ray Toth on deck for the Pilots. The 3-0 pitch from Nelson. Bounce in the dirt. A 4-pitch walk for McGraw. Runners on first and second now as Ray Toth will come to the dish.
Now batting for the Pilots, the third baseman from Granby, Massachusetts, number 3, Ray Toth.
So Ray Toth steps in now. Runners on first and second. Big opportunity here to add some more runs for the Pilots and take a lead here. Toth 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts on the night. The pitch from Nelson. Swung on and hit into left field. Coming in as the left fielder and making the grab is Darren Callahan, an F7 for Toth. 2 away for Sean McMillan now and the Pilots.
Now batting for the Pilots, the first baseman from Freeport, New York, number 27,
So Sean McMillan steps in now for the Pilots. 2 away, runners on first and second. We'll see how aggressive the Pilots get on the base paths. The pitch. Swung on and roped down the third base line. That's fair. Coming in and rounding is Staubly. Staubly's going to come in to score. Coming is Keegan McGraw. McGraw's going to come in to score. McMillan's going to round second and stay at second. It's a 2 RBI double for Sean McMillan. He beats his chest, does the double celebration, and the Pilots take a 5-3 lead. Sean McMillan playing hero yet again here tonight. Jack Stead comes up to the dish.
Now batting for the Pilots, the shortstop from Narberth, Pennsylvania, number 9, Jack Stead.
So Jack Stead coming to the dish now. A beautiful ball placed right down the third base line. It kicked all the way into the corner. McMillan was thinking about 3, but Callahan with a good arm out there and left corralled it down before McMillan could round second. 5-3 lead for the Pilots. First pitch misses low. 1 ball, no strikes. Breaking ball there to Stead. Stead has reached base. Hasn't reached base. McMillan, that was the 3rd time he's reached base tonight. Stead steps in. 1-0 count. The 1-0. Misses upstairs. 2 balls, no strikes. Stead with a pair of flyouts on the night thus far. 1 to left and 1 to center. McMillan on second. The pitch. Fouled off. 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike. Those 2 RBIs, the 11th and 12th on the 2024 PGCBL summer for Sean McMillan. The commit right out of high school to Division I St. John's. 2 balls, 1 strike to Jack Stead. The NJIT Highlander steps back in. 2-1 pitch from Nelson. Breaking ball fooled Stead. 2-2 now. 2 balls, 2 strikes. That double from McMillan, the 7th hit of the night for the Pilots. The 2-2 pitch from Nelson. Breaking ball, bounce in the dirt. Good stop from Dobeck. Counts full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. And a dangerous bat awaiting on deck. The leadoff hitter for the Pilots in this lineup, Paulie Goodness, awaits on deck. Stead just looking to find a way on base here. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Nelson coming set. The payoff pitch. Fastball popped up into center field. A lime underneath it. It's actually going to drop in the lights. He lost it in the lights. It's an RBI single for Jack Stead. Looked like a routine fly ball for Lime. Lost it in the lights. An RBI single for Stead. And Paulie Goodness comes to the dish now for the Pilots. 6-3, Pilots lead. So Goodness steps in. 6-3 Pilots lead now. 3 runs already home this inning. Pilots teeing off of Zach Nelson at the moment. 6-3 score. First pitch to Goodness, misses inside. 1 ball, no strikes. No action down there in the Pioneers bullpen, so it is Nelson's game for the time being. 1 ball, no strikes to Goodness. 1 for 3 with a single and a run scored for him back in the 3rd. The 1-0 pitch to Paulie. Misses outside, back pick attempt, throw down, not in time. If that throw was on the money, Jack Stead likely would have been hung out to dry at first. Thankfully, the throw a little bit low to Cooper Smith from Dobeck at first. 1 ball, 1 strike to Paulie Goodness. The 1-1 pitch from Nelson. Fastball high, popped up. No one can see it, and that one's going to kick foul out of play. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Goodness will step back in. There is someone up and tossing in the Pioneers pen right now. We'll have a number for you. It looks like number 75 up and tossing, Bryce Mashonik. The 1-2. Popped foul yet again. Goodness fighting to stay alive here. Still 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. We've said it all summer. When the Pilots score, they typically score in bunches. 3 runs in the bottom of the 6th, 2 in the bottom of the 3rd. Highlighting 2 big innings for the Pilots thus far. The 1-2 from Nelson. Breaking ball on the move is Stead. The throw down. Not in time. A stolen base for Jack Stead. He moves 90 feet into scoring position on the stolen base. And the right guy you want at the plate if you're the Pilots, Paulie Goodness. Second on the team in batting average at .364 coming into the game tonight. Goodness with 3 RBI in the summer, the 2-2 pitch. This one swung on and popped up. Right side, Cooper Smith in foul territory makes the grab. So Jack Stead stranded on the base pass. Pilots pick up 3 runs, 2 of them courtesy of a 2 RBI double from Sean McMillan, picking up his 12th RBI, 11th and 12th RBI of the summer. Jack Stead delivered with an RBI single. 6-3 Pilots lead when we return. Top of the 7th from the burn on NewarkPilots.tv.
Leading off for Elmira in the top of the 7th inning, the shortstop number 77, Patrick Ward.
Back here at NewarkPilots.tv, Pilots picking up 3 runs in the bottom of the 6th inning to give themselves a 6-3 lead. Jared King out for another inning of work for your Pilots. First pitch taken at the knees for a strike. No balls, 1 strike to Patrick Ward, who's 0 for 2 with a deep flyout caught by Simi Bestry in right field in his last at-bat in the 4th inning. That one taken at the knees as well, 0-2. Ward also struck out swinging back in the 2nd. King with 15 pitches thus far, 13 strikes to only 2 balls. The 0-2 from King. Swung on and reached at. Bestry's going to come in, scoop it up, and throw over to McMillan. 4-3 ground out. Patrick Ward retired for the 3rd time here tonight. That brings up Kelvin Warillo now. So Kelvin Warillo steps in here. 0 for 1, 6-3 ground out in the 2nd. He was hit by a pitch and left on base in his last plate appearance in the 5th. First pitch swinging from Warillo. That one fouled off. No balls, 1 strike. Jared King, man, he's a gamer. Still battling out there after taking that liner off his lower right backside. No balls, 1 strike. The 0-1. This one fouled off, 0-2. 18 pitches for King, 16 strikes. He's ahead in the count, 0-2. Warillo steps back in. 200 batting average coming into the game. Brandon Doback awaits on deck. The 0-2. Swung on and lasered into right field. It's going to be a bloop single for Warillo. A one-out single at that, and that brings up Brandon Doback, tonight's starting catcher for the Pioneers. So Doback steps in, 0 for 2 with a pair of flyouts on the evening, with one away and a runner on first after the one-out single from Kelvin Warillo. The pitch from King. This is outside. Back pick attempt from Staubly, not in time. A little high to McMillan as well. He tried to just wave his glove and blindly tag Warillo at first. Warillo slid underneath it. 1 ball, no strikes. Doback batting 133 on the summer for the Pioneers. We'll see if the Pilots can turn 2 yet again. The pitch just misses. 2 balls, no strikes. 2 balls, no strikes. King back on the mound for the Pilots. The 2-0 pitch. Foul tipped into the glove. Another back pick attempt. Not in time. 2 balls, 1 strike. King back and ready. The 2-1. Misses low and in. 3 balls, 1 strike. The lefty King back on the mound. 23 pitches for him thus far. 18 strikes, 5 balls. King comes set. The 3-1. This one popped up. Right side, out of play. Now full, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Three balls, 2 strikes. King back on the mound. The 3-2. Swung on a miss, strike 3. Jared King bounces back. Down in the count 3-1. Comes back and strikes out Doback. 2 away for Max Lalime now, the center fielder. So 2 away, Lalime steps in, 0 for 2 with a pair of groundouts. 1-3 unassisted in the third, and the other 4-3 ground out in the fifth. First pitch slider misses low from King. 1 ball, no strikes. Lalime steps back in. He was batting .200 coming into this game. King an out away of giving up no runs in the top of the 7th. The pitch. Foul tipped into the glove of Staubly. 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Some scores from around the PGCBL. The Tarp Skunks were down 4-2 against the Geneva Red Wings. It's now the top of the 8th, 5-4 Jamestown lead. That one also a key game in terms of standings. Geneva and Newark creeping in on both Elmira and Jamestown for the 3 and 4 seeds. That pitch from King bounced. Good stop from Staubly. 2-1. The Batavia Muck Dogs lead the Auburn Doubledays 3-1 in the top of the 7th over at Falcon Park. We'll also look at a couple of the East Division. Albany beat Mohawk Valley 8-7 in game 1 of the doubleheader. That one thrown over. Score of that one 6-4-3. Another double play for the Pilots. Actually 4-3, 2 outs as Bestry threw over to first. So no runs for the Pioneers in the top of the 7th inning stretch. It's time for Sweet Caroline. It'll be
Mashanic. And all the kiddos that want to run the outfield at the end of the 7th inning report to the bullpen gate down the first base side in the corner. Again, where all kids that want to run the bases at the end of the 7th inning report to the first base gate over near the bullpen on the first base side. Leading off for the Pilots in the bottom of the 7th inning, the left fielder from Hazleton, Pennsylvania, number 8, Grant Russo.
Back here, NewarkPilots.tv. Grant Russo will lead things off for the Pilots in the bottom of the 7th. New pitcher, as it's Bryce Mashanic coming into pitch in relief of Zach Nelson. First pitch misses for a ball. Nelson went 1 inning, gave up 2 hits, 3 runs, all of them earned, 2 walks, and he threw 25 pitches. The 1-0 pitch from Mashanic misses outside. 2-0 to Russo. Russo 1 for 3. He singled and scored in the 3rd inning. So Russo steps in a 2-0 count to face Mashanic. That one in there for a strike. 2-1 now. Bryce Mashanic, 1 for 1, 1-1 record coming into this game. He has a 7 even ERA in 4 games. 9 total innings pitched. That one misses. 3-1 to Russo now. 8 strikeouts, 11 walks for Mashanic. 3 balls, 1 strike. The 3-1 pitch from Mashanic to Russo. Misses high. A leadoff walk on 5 pitches. That'll bring up Sammy Bestry now for the Pilots. He already has 2 hits. We'll see if he can add another.
Now batting for the Pilots, the second baseman, number 16, Sammy Bestry.
So Bestry steps in here. Hits in his last 2 at-bats for the Pilots. He's been swinging a red-hot bat lately. Bestry steps in to face Mashanic. Singles in the 5th and 3rd. Russo on the move. First pitch in there for a strike. He slides down. That one's going to get out in the outfield. A stolen base for Russo. He advances to 3rd on the E2. Grant Russo picking up another stolen base. His 2nd of the ball game, and advancing to 3rd on the E2. Grant Russo showing his base running abilities here tonight. So now the Pilots looking to add another run. Russo at 3rd, no outs. 0-1 count to Bestry. Infield in, playing Russo at the plate. The 0-1 pitch from to Bestry. In there for a strike. 0-2 now. No balls, 2 strikes. Mason Haar on deck for the Lots. Pilots with 8 hits already here tonight. The 0-2. Bounce in the dirt. That's going to get to the backstop. Russo's going to come in and score a wild pitch, and the Pilots take a 4-run lead now. So a stolen base, an E2, and a wild pitch. Russo works a walk and comes all the way around to score in just 3 pitches. So Grant Russo comes in to score 7-3 Pilots lead. Bestry back in. The 1-2 pitch from Mashanik. Bounce in the dirt, 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The 2-2 pitch. Fouled off. Still 2-2. The 2-2. Bestry lasers that one on a 1-hop and fielded by the third baseman, Evan Blanchard. He throws over to Smith at first. A 5-3 ground out for Bestry. There's one away now as Mason Haar comes to the plate for the Pilots. So Haar steps in with 1 out here. He'll face Mashanik for the first time, 0 for 3 on the evening. Did reach on an E1 back in the second inning and came around to score. First pitch misses for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes to Haar. A 1-0. In there for a strike, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. The 1-1 pitch. Bounce in the dirt. It'll get to the backstop. No runners on base, though. 2 balls, 1 strike. The 2-1 misses high. 3 balls, 1 strike to Haar. Mitch Jones on deck for the Pilots. Pilots scoring for the second consecutive inning. The 3-1 pitch misses high. Haar works a 5-pitch walk. He heads to first. Mitch Jones coming to the dish now for the Pilots with a 1-out base runner. So a mound visit between Dobeck and Mashanik. Ace playing some mind games with the Elmira Pioneers. So Mitch Jones going to step in now for the Pilots. 0 for 2, walked in his first plate appearance in the second. So Jones steps in. Brennan Staubly on deck, 1 away. Mashanik comes set. First pitch. Jones looking for a big cut at that one. Comes up empty. No balls, 1 strike. With that kind of swing, Jones was looking to give the Pilots a 6-run lead. No balls, 1 strike. Jones will step back in. The 0-1 pitch from Mashanik. Breaking ball in there for a strike, 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes to Mitch Jones. Staubly in the on-deck circle. No balls, 2 strikes. Jones back in. The 0-2 delivery. Breaking ball just misses low. Actually in there, strike 3, a late strikeout call. Backwards K for Jones. 2 away, Staubly comes to the plate now for the Pilots. So Brennan Staubly steps in. 1 for 2 on the evening with a single, and he also reached base in his last plate appearance on a walk. Quick back pick attempt, and going back to first safely is Mason Haar. Keegan McGraw on deck. Staubly also walked and scored. That one in there for a strike. 0-1 to Staubly now. The 0-1. Misses high. 1 ball, 1 strike. The 1-1 pitch to Staubli. Misses outside. 2-1 now. 2 balls, 1 strike. Keegan McGraw on deck. Mason Hart first with 2 away. The 2-1 pitch. Misses inside, did the fastball. 3 balls, 1 strike to Staubli now. Mashanik back on the mound. The 3-1. In there for strike 2. Staubli was ready to toss the bat. Counts full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. So Staubli steps back in. Counts now full. The 3-2. Popped up. Foul out of play. So we'll do the 3-2 over. Staubli back in. 3 balls, 2 strikes. That one fouled off sharply. Still 3-2. Three balls, 2 strikes, 2 away. Staubli steps back in. Mason Har on first. McGraw in the on-deck circle for the Pilots. 4-run lead for the Pilots, looking to add some more insurance here late. The payoff pitch from Mashanik. Misses high. Staubli works a walk. A big walk there. First and second for Keegan McGraw now.
Now batting for the Pilots, the right fielder from Arlington, Virginia, number 11, Keegan McGraw.
So Keegan McGraw steps back in. 2 away, runners on first and second. Chance to put a stamp on this ball game for the Pilots. So McGraw steps in. Ray Toth on deck. The pitch. Fouled off. Dobeck, a little half swing from McGraw. Nicked the end of the bat. 0-1 count now. Some Let's Go Pilots chants breaking out. Over near the bullpen gate, down the first base side. Kids getting ready to run the outfield at the conclusion of the 7th. The 0-1. Fouled off. 0-2 now to McGraw. McGraw walked and scored in his last plate appearance in the 6th. 0 for 2 thus far outside of the walk. No balls, 2 strikes. McGraw back in. No balls, 2 strikes. McGraw calls time and steps out. No balls, 2 strikes. McGraw back in. No balls, 2 strikes. The 0-2. Fouled off. McGraw fighting to stay alive here. The 0-2. Misses upstairs. 1 ball, 2 strikes. McGraw thinking about swinging at that one. He was able to keep the bat holstered. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Mashanik, the righty, comes set. The 1-2 pitch to McGraw. Comes in and it hits him. He's going to head to first. Bases loaded now for the Pilots. Ray Toth comes to the dish.
For the Pilots, the third baseman from Granby, Massachusetts, number 3, Ray Toth.
So Ray Toth steps in, 0 for 2 on the night thus far. Actually 0 for 3. So Ray Toth steps in. Big opportunity here. That one roped into left field. That's going to get down, and that one's going to get to the wall. Coming in to score is Mason Haar. Behind him, Staubly. McGraw on his horse all the way from first. Toth is going to round second and head to third. Toth is going to come in and slide in safely. A bases clearing. 3 RBI triple for Ray Toth. 10-3 Pilots lead. Sean McMillan will come back to the dish. 7-run lead for the Pilots. Ray Toth breaks this one wide open.
Batting for the Pilots, the first baseman from Freeport, New York, number 27, Sean McMillan.
So Sean McMillan steps in now, 2 for 2 on the night. A double with 3 RBIs, a single, and he walked in his first plate appearance in the second. McMillan safely every time thus far in every appearance. That one swung on and popped up and popped foul, 0-1 count. No balls, 1 strike to Sean McMillan. Ray Toth could be your potential play of the game there. He's on third, 3 RBI, triple, 10-3. Pilot lead now. The 0-1 from Mashanik. This one roped, and that's going to get through. Sean McMillan, his 3rd hit of the ball game, his 3rd RBI. He brings in Ray Toth. Pilots blow this one even wider open, 11-3. Pilots lead, and that brings Jack Stead to the batter's box now.
Now batting for the Pilots, the shortstop from Narberth, Pennsylvania, number 9, Jack Stead.
So Jack Stead steps in after Sean McMillan picks up his 3rd hit and his 3rd RBI of the ball game. 11-3 Pilots lead now. First pitch is fouled off of Dobeck behind the dish. He's been taking a beating back there tonight. No balls, 1 strike. Well, the Pilots knew coming into this one that this was a must-win ball game for them, and they certainly have not disappointed thus far. Their bats have come to play. 5-4 Tarp Skunk lead over the Red Wings in the bottom of the 8th at Dietrich Park in Jamestown. 4-4 tied up at Falcon between the first and second place Muck Dogs and Doubledays. Stead swings over the top of that one, 0-2 now. No balls, 2 strikes. Stead will step back in. Mashanik has thrown 37 pitches in this inning thus far. The 0-2 misses upstairs, 1-2 now. 1 ball, 2 strikes. No action in the Pioneers' bullpen. Mashanik comes set. The 1-2 to Stead. Fastball lasered up the middle, and the Pilots have been hammering all over Mashanik. A single, their 11th hit of the ball game. Paulie Goodness coming to the dish now with runners on first and second. Pilots looking to end this one in a mercy rule if they can keep this one going. So Paulie Goodness steps in, runners on first and second. First pitch swing, and that one's going to be foul down the third base line from Goodness. That one potentially could have ended the game right there with the 10-run rule after 7. First and second, 2 outs, Goodness at the dish. That one just foul to the left of the third base bag. Could have been a potential walk-off there for the Pilots. No balls, 1 strike. The 0-1 pitch from Mashanik. Goodness gets a hold of this one. This one right to the third baseman as Evan Blanchard touches third and records the out. But the Pilots score in bunches yet again. 5 runs in the bottom half of the 7th. 11-3 your score. We'll be right back. NewarkPilots.tv.
Pitch hitting for Elmira is number 9, Bobby Cavalier.
Back here, top of the 8th, Bobby Cavalier pinch hits for Aiden Stern. It's a pinch hit single for Cavalier. He heads to first, and that brings up Andy Schroeder now, who's 1 for 3.
And then the extra hitter, number 34, Andy Schroeder.
So Cavalier, it only takes 1 pitch off King. He gets a pinch hit single. Schroeder steps in now, doubled and scored in the 4th. Outside of that, a fly out to Russo in left and a 3 unassisted ground out to Sean McMillan in his last at-bat in the 6th. So Schroeder steps in. 333 batting average coming into this game. Pilots with 8 runs of cushion to work with for the final 2 frames. That one bounced in the dirt. Staubly keeps it in front of him. 1-0 count. 1 ball, no strikes. Pilots will be back at home tomorrow against the Batavia Muck Dogs. 7:05 start. And it's Wayne County Law Enforcement Night. The 1-0. Just misses inside. 2-0. 2 balls, no strikes. To Schroeder. So 2 balls, no strikes. Cavalier with a lead over on first. The 2-0 pitch from King. Misses low. 3-0 now. 3 balls, no strikes. King did have to wait quite a bit for that inning. Mashanik ended up throwing 41 pitches. The 3-0 pitch from King. Catches the outer half. 3-1. 3 balls, 1 strike. To Schroeder. 3-1 pitch. This one roped down the left field line. Foul. That one on the line. That one could have been trouble down in the corner. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Counts full. These 2 teams will meet again at Dunn Field this Saturday. That will be a doubleheader, the 13th. They will resume in game 1 in the 3rd inning. 2-1 Pioneers lead. That one roped into deep right center field. Coming over is Paulie Goodness. That one's going to get down. He'll field it. The throw into third is going to hit the cut, not in time. A deep single for Schroeder. Runners on the corners now with no outs, as that will bring up Cooper Smith now for the Pioneers.
Now batting for Elmira, the first baseman, number 8, Cooper Smith.
So there is some action down there in the Pilots bullpen. I just see Joey Naraki, the bullpen catcher down there, lifting up the mask and hat, giving the signal that the pitcher is ready to come in the game. First and third, no outs. The pitch from King. Bounce in the dirt. Stalby keeps it in front of him. 1-0 count. 1 ball, no strikes. Smith is 1 for 2 on the evening. Singled and scored in the 6th. Grounded out 5-3 in the 4th. And hit that sacrifice fly with an RBI to score the Pioneers' first run of the ball game back in the first inning. Cooper Smith steps back in to face Jared King, the pitch. This one a little top hit baseball. Fouled down the first base side. 1-1 count. 1 ball, 1 strike. Smith has 12 RBI on the summer. The pitch. Misses. For a ball, counts at 2-1. 12 RBI coming into this game. That was his 13th RBI back in the first. So 2 balls, 1 strike to Smith from King. King, the lefty, looking to get out of the jam. Pilots would certainly trade 2 for a run. The pitch. Fouled off Smith in the batter's box. 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Aiden Fry awaiting on deck, who's 3 for 3 on the night thus far. Two balls, 2 strikes. Jared King will come set. The 2-2 pitch from the lefty. Misses high. Full, 3-2. A walk here would load the bases, potentially, for the Pioneers. 3 balls, 2 strikes. The 3-2 from King. Swung on a miss, strike 3. That's going to get to the backstop. Coming in and scoring from third is Cavalier. Cooper Smith advances to first. They're actually going to say he's out. So strikeout swinging for Smith. Coming in to score on the wild pitch is Cavalier. So 11-4 Pioneers. And advancing to second is Andy Schroeder. And Brady Emerson's going to come out of the pen for the Pilots. Jared King's night is done. 11-4 Pilots lead when we return after this, NewarkPilots.tv.
Now pitching for the Pilots from Penn Yan, New York, number 14, Brady Emerson.
So back here, NewarkPilots.tv. Brady Emerson comes in to relieve Jared King with one away and a runner on second. Here in the top of the 8th, 11-4 Pilots lead. Brady Emerson, we've seen him several times throughout the summer, and he's come in some clutch situations and gotten some good outs for the Pilots. So Emerson comes on. For Emerson on the summer, a 9 ERA, 1-3 record. 16 innings of work, 13 strikeouts. So he comes in with one out here. Likely Pilots will be relying on him to get the final 5 outs of the ball game. Andy Schroeder on second. Aiden Fry, who's 3 for 3 with 3 singles and an RBI, steps in. The pitch. Fouled off. 0-1. So first pitch from Emerson in there for a strike. That's fouled off. No balls, 1 strike. Emerson comes set. He'll take a look at Schroeder on second. The 0-1. In there for a strike. 0-2 now. No balls, 2 strikes to Fry. Darren Callahan on deck for the Pioneers. 1 for 3 with an RBI for him. Fry steps back in. Emerson set. The 0-2. Misses high. 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Jamestown blowing that one wide open. In the bottom of the 8th, 9-4 lead for them at home. The pitch just misses outside, 1-2. That one actually in there for strike 3. Backwards K for Schroeder. And that will now bring up Darren Callahan. So pinch hitter actually for Callahan. Eddie Kaufman steps in with a .219 batting average and 2 away. The pitch from Emerson. Misses high, 1 ball, no strikes. Emerson getting a backwards K right out of the pen. 1 ball, no strikes. The 1-0 pitch from Emerson. Fastball at the knees. 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. A 1-1. Swung on and foul, tipped into the glove, 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Eddie Kaufman steps back in. Emerson a strike away of getting out of the inning. A 1-2. Just misses up and away, 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Kaufman back in. The 2-2 pitch. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Brady Emerson faces 2 batters and strikes them both out. Grant Russo leads things off. 7-run lead for the Pilots. When we return, bottom of the 8th. We'll be right back, NewarkPilots.tv. Back here, NewarkPilots.tv, Grant Russo steps in and takes a called strike from the new pitcher, Jessic Kroll, number 81, for the Pioneers. The 0-1. Misses in there for a strike, 0-2. That one a high strike to Russo. No balls, 2 strikes now. Russo is 1 for 3, singled and scored in the 3rd, and he walked and scored in the 7th. The 0-2. This one roped on a line to the second baseman. He'll scoop it up. Aiden Fry over to first. No, they're going to say that Cooper Smith's foot came off the bag. An E4, as now that brings up Sammy Bestry for these Pilots. So Bestry steps in for these Pilots after the E4 from Fry. A throw pulled Cooper Smith off the bag. First pitch missed for a ball. So 1 ball, no strikes to Bestry. 2 for 4, a pair of singles and RBI. This one a little chopper, third base side. Thrown to second in time and thrown over to first, not in time. A 5-4 fielder's choice. One away, Mason Haar steps in as Sammy Bestry beat out the tag. So Haar steps in with 1 away. Bestry over at first after he beat out the 5-4 fielder's choice. First pitch swing, and that one hit right on the line. Another 5-4 fielder's choice. So back-to-back 5-4 fielder's choices. Mitch Jones steps in with 2 away now for the Pilots. So Jones steps in with 2 away, back-to-back 5-4 fielder's choices for the Pilots. So Mitch Jones steps in to face Jessic Kroll. First pitch misses for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. That one in there for a strike. 1-1 the count now. 1 ball, 1 strike to Jones. Jones 0 for 3 with a walk. That one in there for a strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Mitch Jones. Haar on first, the 1-2. This one fanned out into right field. That one's going to get down for a base hit. Haar's going to stop at second. A 2-out single for Jones, his first hit of the night, and that brings up Brennan Staubley for these Pilots. So Brennan Staubley steps in now. Successful night for him thus far. He's 1 for 2 with a pair of walks and a pair of runs scored on those walks. First pitch to Staubley, they're going to say he went around. Counts at 0-1. No balls, 1 strike to Staubley. Runners on first and second. Staubley steps in the 0-1. This one lined into left field. That's going to get down. Mason Haar's going to round third and come in to score. Advancing to third is Mitch Jones as he slides in safely. An RBI single for Brennan Staubley, his second hit of the ball game. Now 12-4 Pilots lead, as that's going to bring up Keegan McGraw now for the Pilots. So Keegan McGraw steps in now with 2 away, runners on the corners. First pitch to him, in there for a strike, counts at 0-1. No balls, 1 strike to McGraw. That one fouled off McGraw in the batter's box, 0-2. Staubley was on the move towards second. McGraw 0 for 2, was reached base safely in his last 2 plate appearances and came around to score on both. Hit by pitch in the 7th and a walk and scored in the 6th. 0-2 count now to McGraw. Toth on deck. Toth had that big 3 RBI triple in his last at-bat. No balls, 2 strikes. McGraw taking his time. He'll step back in after fouling it off his leg. Kroll comes set. The 0-2. Misses low, 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The potential game-ending run in Staubli at first. The 1-2. This one lined into right. That right at the right fielder, and coming in to make the grab out there in right is Eddie Kaufman. So an F9 for McGraw. Pilots pick up 1 more run, an RBI single from Brennan Staubli. 12-4 your score. It'll be Brady Emerson coming out looking to finish this one off when we return to NewarkPilots.tv.
Fans, we'd like to take a quick moment to recognize a few more of our sponsors. The Arc of Wayne, Senator Pam Helming, Wegmans, Rochester Regional Health Medical Staff, James Sullivan Insurance Agency, Pepsi, Reliant Federal Credit Union, and Phelps Cement. So thank you to our sponsors for making baseball possible here at Colburn Park. Fans, another reminder, the Pilots will be right back at home tomorrow right here at Colburn Park against the Batavia Muck Dogs. 7:05 start time, so make plans to join us tomorrow as we take on Batavia. Leading off for the Pioneers in the top of the 9th inning, the third baseman, number 1, Evan Blanchard.
Back here in NewarkPilots.tv, 9th and final inning, 8-run lead for the Pilots as they just need 3 outs. Evan Blanchard will face Brady Emerson. First pitch misses inside. 1 ball, no strikes. Blanchard 0 for 2 with a walk on the evening thus far. Emerson comes set. The 1-0 pitch. In there at the letters for a strike, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike to Evan Blanchard. 8-run lead for the Pilots. The 1-1 pitch from Emerson. Just misses, 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike. Emerson sat again. The 2-1 pitch. Misses high, 3-1. 3 balls, 1 strike. Patrick Ward, the shortstop, awaiting on deck. The 3-1 pitch. Swung on and fouled off. 3-2 now. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Emerson looking to slam the door shut on the Pioneers and inch them closer in the PGCBL Western Division standings. The payoff pitch. Fouled off. We'll do the 3-2 again. 3 balls, 2 strikes. That one hit on the line. Ray Toth makes a great grab. The throw over to McMillan at first. 5-3 ground out. What a play. Ray Toth playing a hot corner at third. That'll bring up Patrick Ward now for the Pioneers.
One away, that'll bring up the shortstop, number 77, Patrick Ward.
So Patrick Ward steps in with 1 away to face Emerson for the first time. The pitch. Breaking ball in there for a strike. 0-1. Good change of pace there from Emerson. The 0-1. Breaking ball misses low. 1-1 now. 1 ball, 1 strike. Patrick Ward 0 for 3 on the evening thus far. Grounded out 4-3 in his last at bat. The pitch. This one lasered into center. Paulie Goodness on his horse. That's going to get to the wall. Goodness is going to track it down. Ward's going to round first and head into second. He's going to round second and head to third. Goodness hits the cutoff. It's not going to be in time. A 1-out triple for Patrick Ward. And that brings up Calvin Warillo now. So Warillo steps in. 1 for 2 on the evening. Grounded out 6-3 in the second. Hit by a pitch in the 5th, and he singled in his last at-bat in the 7th. Batting .200 coming into this game. So a 1-out triple from Ward. He'll step in. Still 8-run lead for the Pilots. The pitch. Misses high. 1 ball, no strikes. The 1-0 pitch from Emerson. Swung on and missed. 1-1. Batavia took an 8-4 lead over the Auburn Double Days. That one swung on and missed. Now 1-2. In the bottom of the 8th. Amsterdam leads Glens Falls 8-2. Boonville defeated Utica 5-3. The 1-2. This one beamed into left field. That's going to get down. It's a 1-out RBI single from Warillo, his second hit of the ball game. Now 5-12. Pilots still lead. That brings up Brandon Dobeck now. So Dobeck steps in, a pair of flyouts and a strikeout. He's 0 for 3. 133 batting average coming into this game. The pitch misses inside. 1 ball, no strikes. One ball, no strikes. Double play ball in effect for the Pilots here. 5-12 lead for them. The 1-0 from Emerson. In there for a strike. Back pick attempt, not in time. Staubly loves throwing it down to first. Him and Sean McMillan have a pretty good connection there. 1 ball, 1 strike. 24 total hits between the two teams. 17 total runs. 4 big errors for Elmira tonight. The 1-1. Fanned over by Dobeck, 1-2. Emerson looking for his 3rd strikeout. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Emerson set. The 1-2. Breaking ball just misses inside. 2-2 now. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Staubly was ready to throw it around the horn. Can't say I blame him. The home plate umpire will dust the plate off. So 2 balls, 2 strikes. The home plate umpire having a conversation with Staubly. Imagine Staubly wasn't too happy with the call. Must have got an explanation from the home plate umpire. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Emerson comes set. The 2-2. Fastball fouled off. We'll do the 2-2 again. 28 total pitches for Emerson thus far. 18 strikes to 10 balls. That one misses. Full 3-2. 3-2. Popped up into right field. Foul territory. Sean McMillan underneath it. On his horse, makes the play. A foul pop-up. Pioneers down to their final out of the evening now, as that brings up Max Lalime. So 2 outs. Lalime steps up. The pitch. Runner goes. That one fouled off. 0-1 from Emerson. That one misses. 1-1. Orillo stole second on the pitch. Staubly not worried about it. Just looking at the batter at the plate with a 7-run lead. Pioneers down to their final out, the 1-1. Misses high. 2 balls, 1 strike. 2 balls, 1 strike. The pitch misses high. 3-1. Top of the order on deck, Bobby Cavalier, who pinch hit for Stern. 3 balls, 1 strike. That one swung on and missed. Full 3-2. Pioneers down to their final strike of the evening. 3 balls, 2 strikes. The 3-2 pitch from Emerson. Swung on and missed, strike 3. The Pilots get the win. They pick up their 11th win of the summer, moving closer in the standings. Player of the game, Sean McMillan, who went 3 for 3, 3 RBIs, a walk. He is your player of the game. We'll see you tomorrow, 7:05 against the Batavia Muck Dogs. As always, Kyle French, thanks for tuning in. Pilots get the win.
Here on Wayne County Most Night. Make sure you stop by and join us tomorrow